Recent judgments of the election tribunals and the Court of Appeal sacking some members of the National Assembly have further deepened the uncertainty surrounding what is likely to happen in the case of the Plateau State Governor. The People's Democratic Party is at the receiving end of the judgment. Members of the party now fear that fate which befell some of the lawmakers may befall the state governor. However, stakeholders of both the PDP and APC are expressing confidence of victory ahead of the judgment.
All that we are expecting now is the success, because our lawyers on that day defended our case very well, and as you are aware that we don't have a case as a party.
We've been getting a lot of impressive judgments. Impressive in the sense that all the issues were treated as they were brought to the tribunal, and we were very much convinced and uplifted that justice was accordingly carried out. So we in the APC are full of expectation. We are anxious, waiting for the outcome of the appeals that have not yet been.
Some residents speak on their expectations before, during and after the judgment.
Judgment that have been passed in favor of APC, which involve all the National Assembly seats in Plateau State. Based on the judgment, it was clearly stated that PDP does not have a structure.
I would say there's no need for apprehension. There's no need for tension. It is coming. The judgment should be coming. And what I would say is everybody should keep calm and pray for the best.
There is apprehension that the judgment may push political tension to a boiling point. The police public relations officer, Alfred Alubo, says the police are on top of the situation. He advises members of the public to remain calm and not to take the laws into their hands.
We will first of all advise our citizens of the plateau not to be apprehensive. Politics is a game that people play, and there must be a winner and there must be a loser. And the law on its own have stipulated ways by which this can be done, or the winner can be known, and the other side also. So we are calling on our people on the plateau. If you miss it this time, you'll get it some other time.
Let's discuss these issues further as we are now being joined by Nweze Onu, who is the Deputy National Chairman of the New Nigeria People's Party, and Right Honorable Stephanos Wansat is a former Speaker of Plateau State House of Assembly. Maybe I should start with Wansat. Gentlemen, very warm welcome to Newsnight. Wansat, let's start with you. Why the anxiety over the elections? Is there any lesson to learn from this that, you know, the plateau, which is usually a temperate state, is becoming overheated?
Well, in the strict sense of the word, what is anxiety? Naturally, we're not supposed to be anxious, because we were anxious before the elections results were declared. Now, those anxieties went by because the votes counted and winners were declared. Mm-hmm. Now, when a thief gives you a notice that he is visiting you, of course, there will be apprehension. Because when you are put on notice that what you deliberately and legitimately belongs to you is about to be taken over by someone, there must be apprehension.
How does this analogy work? I mean, in a judicial process, we're in a democracy,
yeah,
so it's not
well.
As if...
When winners were declared after the 2023 elections, we have had people making pronouncements with definite certainty that they know who they know, but we don't know who they know. And therefore, when we meet in the court, that is when we will know who they know. It's a clear message that what duly belongs to you, there's a level of compromise somehow. Because when you look at the judgments that are being churned out, particularly on the plateau, we have two panels. We have panel 1 and panel 2. Same issues, same facts, same everything, giving 2 different judgments, conflicting judgments. Panel 1 gave a judgment to the effect that PDP does not have a structure. Panel 2 gave a judgment to the effect that PDP has a structure. So, what are we talking about?
In the eyes of the law.
Now, in the eyes of the law, as far as we are concerned, you even ask the question, what do you understand by structure? What is structure? It's a new lexicon as far as the electoral jurisprudence of Nigeria is concerned. What is structure? What are you talking about structure? Are you talking about qualification of candidates or qualification of the party that sponsored those candidates? There are constitutional provisions with regards to qualification of candidates. Relevant sections of the Constitution address those issues. And for a political party to sponsor or nominate a candidate, there are qualifications. For as long as a political party is registered, duly registered by INEC, it is so qualified.
Whichsoever way nominates
candidates. It is its internal affairs.
Okay.
And when you have courts giving judgments to challenge the procedure of producing or presenting or nominating candidates, then it goes to tell you that it's another wonder of the world. I've stated this
Well,
before.
it's all right. I mean, that's not been the case of your governor or the governorship tussle in the courts right now. I think the deputy national chairman of the New Nigeria People's Party, Prince Nweze Onu, may just want to comment on that because it's reverberated, you know, around the nooks and cranny of the country, the appeal court's judgment sacking the governor of Kano State.
Yeah, that's one of the mystery of the century. We all know that the reason the appeal court justices gave as one of their major reasons is the same reason they gave just few weeks ago on Obi and Tinubu on issue of
valid nomination or invalid nomination of Vice President Shettima. They gave the
same reason that they cannot, the court on its own cannot determine the legality or illegality of membership of a party. It was the same thing, the same judgment. It's the same judgment they turned around and somersaulted and said it is the same reason that the reason why His Excellency is not a valid elected member or nominated member of the party. It's very, very funny on its own merit. You gave few weeks ago, you gave similar judgment. You turn around again. You gave similar the same judgment. You turn it upside down.
What is curious about these judgments? If you look at it chronologically,
the curiousness of the Nigerians, particularly the people that gave the Kano people that gave the mandates to the NNPP governorship candidate. The curiosity there is that they felt, what is going on? This is a man that is duly being member of NNPP. And before you IRS of INEC, before you upload anything, you must have to upload with the membership card. These things were done. Once you fail one question in uploading the system, in those days, they used to go by manual, but these are electronic assets. The moment you can't get anything, they will not take you in. And these things were uploaded. How come about you turn around, somebody will now say you are not a member? The Abba is a member of NNPP, both from the ward and even participating in primaries, which was duly witnessed by the INEC.
All right, let me come to you. I mean, as a former lawmaker and the rest, you make the law. The judiciary, has the powers, constitutional powers, to interpret the laws and the rest. But should why the curiosity from Plateau State? And should Nigeria be curious, worried about the judiciary? Because in most cases, they give their reasons why they arrive at, judgments.
Yeah. Well, they say the law is an ass. Now, when they say that, it is susceptible to manipulation because it now tells you that judgments are given at the discretion of judges, oftentimes, not strictly on the basis of facts or on the basis of law, because of the contradictions we have seen. Now, in context, when you look at the Plateau issue, the Senate Minority Leader, Senator Mwatcon, whose elections were nullified by the appeal court. Now, they ordered for a rerun. Ditto, the member representing Bassa Just North federal constituency. His elections were annulled, and they ordered for a rerun. Same issues, same facts, same courtrooms, same judges. Now, less than 48 hours after, they gave judgments on the same issues, same matter, same facts. Outright declaration that certificate of return be withdrawn from the PDP candidates and issued to an APC candidate. Now you ask the question, what's the difference between the first judgment and the second judgment? Inconsistency in terms of orders issued by the same court. So why the difference? If they were consistent in their judgments, then of course we will say the interpretation of the matter based on their understanding or based on the facts before them. They use their discretion or they use the facts or the law to give judgments. But when you give conflicting judgments on the same issue, I give you another instance. The Langtang North State constituency. PDP won in that state constituency. The Labour Party went to court to challenge the PDP. The APC went to court to challenge the PDP. Again, now two political parties were challenging PDP's victory. Now the tribunal gave judgment in favor of the Labour Party and now ordered that the certificate of return issued to the PDP candidate who was the winner be retrieved and a new certificate of return issued to the Labour Party candidate. 3 days later, the same judge, when he was now giving judgment for the APC candidate against PDP, again gave an order that the certificate of return that is with the PDP be withdrawn and issued to the candidate of the APC. Now there are two orders, two conflicting orders.
From one judge?
From one judge in the same constituency. The first order was to issue the certificate of return to Labour Party. And
have you petitioned the NJC for
Of
this?
course, the National Party petitioned the NJC on these conflicting judgments. And then, of course, we had cause to challenge the neutrality of the panel. And we requested, the National Party requested that the panel be disbanded. And we expect that for the fact that we have raised suspicion about the neutrality of the panel should be honorable enough to recuse themselves. But what we're seeing is that we're still going on the same trajectory, and then we're where we are today.
All right.
Less than 24 hours, we're expecting judgments from the Court of Appeal.
Very interesting scenarios here. But Prince Wanise, I just wanted to show you the issue of discretion as raised by Estefanos, and it simply, alludes, discretion first is the power of a judge, public officer, or private party to act according, to the dictates of their own judgment and conscience within general legal practice. There's nothing wrong in law. Discretion, is not faulted in law.
Sorry,
if it's in addition to
I wish
the provisions of the law.
There is certain areas you need to. It's the same if you look at what my colleague is just raising. The same Court of Appeal gave just few weeks ago, gave similar circumstance of the same judgment, stating that P2B issue should not be discussed in the same appeal. That is a party matter. The same court of appeal issued the same, within a space of time, issued the same thing at the same time. The same two phases in the same month. So which one are we going? And that is why NNPP believes in the rule of law. We still have faith in the judiciary. But what we are saying is that it's a miscarriage of justice. Looking at this, that the same court of appeal ruled that the membership of a political party and the same of issue that has to do with nomination is a party affair. Just a few weeks ago, a week ago.
But you have, you know, another chance to redress whatever you conceive or perceive.
That is why I said ab initio. If you go to Kano, people are going about their normal business because we are a very law-free people. And NPP is not people that takes laws into their hand.
I will ask both of you now, do you see any extraneous circumstances in this judgment today or tomorrow?
What we are saying, you know, they love. You just few minutes ago, you mentioned issue about Liberia. It's a case we need to look at as a country.
2.4 million people to more than 200.
I'm saying
or about 200.
Charity begins at we are the people driving that same society we are talking about. We need to learn. We are no more on nascent democracy. In years back, a little thing we do, we are on a nascent democracy. We are, as it appears now, full democratic process. I am saying that the judiciary, which is the last hope of everyone, the way it appears to some of us, including the NNPP, you just gave a judgment a week ago or so concerning the same issue. It's the same issue you turn around and assume jurisdiction. Supreme Court on its own merit did mention that the same issue
upheld that decision.
Yes, they upheld it.
Okay, so you got hope then. I mean,
No,
you
what
have said it.
I am saying is that the judiciary on its own should be seen to be the last hope of any common man.
But you still have that last hope in the Supreme Court.
That's what we are hoping for.
Where we have a departing point with him is maybe because his issue, NNPP's issue, concerns the governorship, where he has an opportunity to go to the Supreme Court. Yeah. But for the Plateau issue, you have members of the National Assembly as well as the State Assembly who do not have the opportunity of getting to the Supreme Court. Now,
and that judgment remains
judicial
final.
precedences. You had an issue in one of the states in the southeast where the primaries of a federal constituency was taken out of the federal constituency now to be conducted for whatever reason. The Supreme Court ruled that primaries cannot stand, that they must go back to the federal constituency to conduct that primaries for the candidate to be legitimately and legally nominated. The party did not comply with that position. Now it went to the to the tribunal in the Lagos division. The tribunal said yes. There was a Supreme Court order that you go back and conduct that primaries again so that you will have a validly nominated candidate. But that order was not complied with. But the tribunal said yes, in as much as it is so. The tribunal, the Court of Appeal, sitting as a court of tribunal, does not have the jurisdiction to attend to that because they cannot expand the mandate of the tribunal. There was a case of Askira Uba in Borno State too. The issue of non-compliance with a Supreme Court order. The tribunal said, the same in Abuja division here, the tribunal said, yes, the party was in violation of a Supreme Court order. However, it is outside the mandate of the tribunal to sit over this matter because it's a pre-election matter. So you see the contradictions here are the extraneous issues that we are finding difficult to understand.
Yeah. Well, let me. We don't have all this. No, excuse me.
I need to add to.
We do not have all the time, please. Except
otherwise,
you want to pay for airtime.
I would have just.
It's all right. Some other time you can do that. Thank you so very much, Prince Nwaeze Onu, Deputy National Chairman, New Nigeria People's Party, and Right Honorable Estefanos Wansat, former Speaker, Plateau State House of Assembly. Thanks for coming on Newsnight.
I was grateful.
Thank you.